We're out here today to protest and highlight the abusive practices of Silver Property Group and its owner, Ron Abrams, the owner of this building here and many other in Albany Park. So we're going to take a little tour of Displacement today. We're going to be starting here at this building, and we're going to be going east on Lawrence to see a couple more of the buildings that Ron Abrams owns, and a couple of them ATU has worked with where he evicted tenants from. We're going to see two more buildings at Troy and Sacramento, and then we're going to end at Sunnyside in Albany, where we have some tenants today who are being evicted right now by Ron Abrams.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Silver Property's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Silver Property's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Silver Property's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Silver Property's en la lucha. Ron Abrams, escucha. Estamos en la lucha. Ron Abrams, escucha. Housing is a human right. Fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right. Fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right. Fight.
This is our second stop for the march today. We're at the Lawrence and Troy building, and I'm going to tell you all what happened a little bit here. So there's 32 apartments, so there were 32 apartment units in this building. And in 2014, in August, Silver Property bought it, and the day after they bought the building, they gave all 32 tenants a 30 days notice. That was just a day after. That ain't right? So the tenants resisted and lasted in the apartments about 7 months, many of them going into court procedures. But even constantly, Silver Property was intimidating them and making them know that he wanted them out. And eventually he did get them out. Some of the tenants that were living here previously before the renovation were paying from $500 to $700 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom apartment. Now the same apartments, just remodeled apartments, are at $1,200 and $1,500 a month, which is not affordable. We're going to go to the Sacramento and Lawrence building, which was another building that Silver Property bought the same day as this one, that it was also 32 units. And all the families that were living in that apartment were also displaced. So we'll do that, and then we'll go to the Albany and Sunnyside building where tenants are currently facing eviction from Silver Property.
Fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right. Housing is a human right. Fight. Silver Property's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Silver Property's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Silver Property's got to go.
Okay, so we're here at 3001 West Lawrence, another Silver Property. This one was bought, I think, at the same time as the one we were just at on Troy. It's another 32 tenants evicted here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about how he gets away with this kind of thing and the sort of language he uses to do that. In December 2014, there was a big article about this building, about how it was a problem building. In that article, they interviewed Deb Mell's chief of staff at the time, Dana Fritz, talked about how the building had graffiti, broken doors, horror stories from the neighbors, and then a nice quote from Ron Abrams about how he wants to make it safer for everyone. What I thought was interesting about that article was that there were a lot of people interviewed, but not a single one of them was a tenant of this building.
Boo!
Makes me wonder what the tenants would have had to say about their own home, about who was responsible for the state it was in, and the way that the neighbors talked about it. So Deb Mell, the alderman of this area, they knew about the sale, and yet these tenants all still got evicted. She let that happen. The neighbors let that happen. She allowed this irresponsible owner, the former owner of the building, to make a nice profit off of it, and yet the tenants who lived here had to pay the price, even though they had no control over the quality of their building. So how come when we talk about problem buildings, we're not talking about Ron Abrams? He's got 17 buildings in Albany Park. The majority of them have code violations after he bought them. And I think it's important because this kind of language has real consequences. This building here, Ron was awarded a zoning change by the alderman, and he was awarded a $20,000 tax rebate for the facade construction here. And beyond that, even it allows him to get away with other evictions that we've seen previously and eviction happening now. Because when it's only in the news talking about him fixing problem buildings and not about the abuses he's doing, then nobody wants to question what he's doing and make it stop. To Deb Mell's credit, she said in the news recently that she's no longer accepting donations from Silver Property, that she's going to be not working with him anymore. But I wonder why she wasn't saying that 2 years ago. I wonder why she wasn't asking those questions when they really mattered and when it wasn't too late to do something about it. I think we need to ask ourselves if the price for a pretty facade like this is the loss of our working families, of the immigrants in our neighborhood, and the people that have made Albany Park what it is. I don't know if that's worth the cost. I don't know if you guys agree with me. If a pretty facade is worth the loss of 170 families in Albany Park.
No!
And if not, then we as a community need to decide that we don't need rich developers who make empty promises and lie to us to come in and fix our neighborhood, because we have the power to do it ourselves, and that's what we're doing here today. We're going to go walk back down Lawrence. We're going to make our way to Sunnyside in Albany, to Sunnyside Manor. That's where the tenants who are with us today are fighting their own eviction, and we're going to hear a few more words down there. And we'll wrap it up.
Big for the baby, profit for the few. Oh, hey, hey, oh, Silver Property's got to go. 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 No se vende.
Albany Park.
No se vende.
Gracias, compañeros. Gracias, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all neighbor. Ahora estamos todos aquí, los vecinos que estamos siendo desplazados por Silver Property. Ahorita somos los inquilinos. Ahorita somos los que pagamos renta. Al rato van a ser los propietarios. A todos los propietarios los van a sacar de aquí porque quieren subir los precios de las propiedades para los ricos, para los millonarios como Ron Abrams, que no nos quiere ver aquí. Tenemos dignidad y pedimos respeto, porque Ron Abrams no respeta ni a las mujeres, no respeta a los niños, no respeta a las familias, y pagamos nuestra renta todos los meses. Pero esta gente quiere más dinero. Y estamos en la lucha. Y estamos aquí y no nos vamos a ir. Y nos vamos con la frente en alto. Gracias, compañeros. Everybody, thank you.
I'm going to interpret, summarizing. Mario is one of the tenants from this building in the Sunnyside and Albany Tenants Union. They are currently facing eviction. And he wants to let his neighbors and everybody here know that they should start organizing. Because right now it's them, but as we saw in the march, there are many other buildings that Silver Property is the owner of and that has displaced families. And they obviously just want to evict everybody out and then double or triple the rent of what they're currently paying. Mario wants to thank all of you for coming today and marching with us. Marching to support the tenants that are fighting eviction and remembering the families that have been displaced by Silver Property as well. We obviously have contacted Deborah Mel, the alderman here, and she has not supported us because she's obviously a friend of Silver Property. As we have heard before, they have collaborated together on some of the buildings, and now they obviously are just friends with each other that they don't want to support the tenants. But we're here, we'll remain, we'll resist. Thanks to ATU for the legal support and the support that they are giving us to know our rights as tenants. We will continue to fight for the right to stay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.